Imagine this. You're standing on a scaffold nearly 500 feet above the ground, and then, without warning, the cables snap. You plummet 47 stories through the icy New York air. You hit the ground, your body shatters, and yet somehow you don't die. This isn't a movie, this isn't fiction, this happened. And the truth behind how it all unfolded is even more unbelievable than the fall itself. December 7th, 2007. It was supposed to be a normal day. Alcides Moreno and his younger brother Edgar had been assigned a routine job, cleaning the windows of Manhattan's Solow Tower, a 47-story skyscraper slicing into the winter sky. They'd done this 100 times before. Harness up, check the scaffold, lower yourself down, but hidden beneath the normalcy was a fatal flaw, a single invisible problem that would trigger a nightmare. As they prepared their platform, neither Alcides nor Edgar noticed the danger above. Both of the support cables, the lifelines holding up the entire scaffold, were compromised. And then the first cable tore loose. In an instant, the brothers tilted violently. They barely had time to scream before the second cable snapped. The scaffold and the men clinging to it dropped like a stone. 47 stories. Witnesses below heard a noise like an explosion, and when they looked up, there was nothing but a flurry of dust and falling glass. When paramedics reached the site, they knew what to expect. Death. No one survives a fall like that. But buried in the wreckage, someone moved. It was Alcides, unconscious, bleeding from nearly every part of his body. Bones shattered, spine fractured, skull split, and yet his heart was still beating. One medic stared down at him and whispered, "How is this possible?" Alcides was rushed to New York Presbyterian Hospital. Doctors fought to keep him alive. He needed transfusions every hour, so much blood was lost, his veins almost collapsed. They induced a coma, hooked him to machines, and waited. Days passed, then a week, then two. Everyone expected him to die quietly. Instead, on the 17th day, Alcides opened his eyes. Not only was he awake, he could move, he could talk. The hospital staff couldn't believe it. One doctor said, "In 20 years, I've never seen anything like this." Investigators dug deep. How could a man survive what no human should? Here's what they found. Alcides had stayed connected to the scaffold. The scaffold, instead of free falling alone, created air resistance, slowing the descent slightly. It hit the ground first, absorbing some of the impact before Alcides' body landed on top of it. And somehow, his body took the remaining force just right to avoid instant death. It wasn't just luck, it was a perfect, impossible sequence of events, one chance in a million. Alcides Moreno would spend months learning to walk again. He carries scars you can't see, not just on his body, but in his mind. He mourns the brother he lost that day, but also lives every moment as a gift. Today, Alcida says he doesn't remember the fall itself. He remembers waking up, feeling the warmth of life in his veins, and realizing somehow, for reasons he will never understand, he was still alive.